So we have yet another big time update here in the season this week. This time, trophy shots and more generally a mirror camera have been added to the game. Now, it's a little bit dark currently, but if we can entice a turkey to come down here and maybe check out our decoys, we can take a look at how those work, and I can promise you, they are really cool. I think that guy ought to work. Got a hen coming in too, but I set up where I did for a really good reason. I've got the decoys down there, and there's like this real nice flat area with no vegetation whatsoever. As long as he'll come into that, I mean, maybe he's going to need a little enticing. I think he turned a little bit, gobbled at it. We should be able to get a real nice photo here. Now, there's been a thing with turkeys for a bit, and obviously, like, shouldering super early, letting him walk in. As long as we move slow, we should be fine there. Basically, what's been happening is the first shot's not killing him. So I have the semi-automatic shotgun. Let's not shoot him strutting. So now getting a little bit closer, good and flat there. See, the second shot is required to kill him. I'm not sure why that happens. As long as you have the semi-auto shotgun, really doesn't matter. It costs you one extra round every time. I just want to jump in here real quick and say this has already been fixed. So going forward, having to shoot the turkeys twice to kill them isn't going to be a thing, and we'll actually revisit that at the end of the video. And honestly, hold on, has that been a thing the entire time? I've never seen the ejected shells before. That is sweet. I don't know if he's just added those or if they've been there and I've never seen them, maybe being, you know, on this little flat spot that I only set up specifically for the sake of getting a trophy photo. That is a really neat level of detail seeing them lay on the ground. Okay, so the button for the mirror camera is C, and when you press that, when you're near a turkey or a deer, and you'll see the deer in a bit, they will go into their trophy shot pose. There we go. You got to get to like the right spot sometimes, and I think behind them for the turkeys is kind of what you want to do. Now, unfortunately, this one we actually did kill them with like a little bit of an upslope, and as of now, you can't move the animals around at all. I think that's probably something that's going to come down the road, but we'll do something kind of like that. But it's burying the beard and a little bit of the head. I think that's fine. It's raining right now, and I actually... Oh. They stay like that? Nice. It's interesting they don't stay like that when you're in the... Well, maybe now he does. Because that actually allows for a slightly better photo. Either way, I do want to go ahead and... try to get a photo in, like, better lighting when it's not raining and stuff. And maybe we get one that's sort of a little more flat, too. I think we might have a candidate for trophy shot number 2. Maybe slightly better beard on him as well. Not quite coming straight to the decoys. See if that maybe gets his attention to come all the way down. Took a little while. That's got him coming in, and what I want to do is pretty much shoot him right at the bottom of that sort of brown dirt there. That should be decently flat, so looks like he's getting almost to that. And keep in mind, we'll probably need a second shot because of whatever that weird little bug with them is right now. That's looking good. Second shot will do it. I want to see, can we see? That has to be new. I'd be amazed if I hadn't seen it. It would have only been one, obviously, in the past. I can't think of any time we've actually killed a bird that we shot at twice, but trophy shot opportunity number 2. See if we're a little bit flatter here. We go into this. That's looking a little more like it. So I think if we back out of this now, I don't know if it's supposed to work that way, but that surely does make for nice screenshots. Now, I've messed with this a lot. I don't think there's any way to like zoom or anything like that. I mentioned rotating the animals. That's all stuff that I think will come in due time, but just having the turkey set up with the fan out, wings spread out, even the beard like down at an angle like that, just your typical real life turkey trophy shot. I really like how these work. And something else that was mentioned as a potential down the road addition is character customization. And I think that is kind of a necessity when it comes to any sort of trophy shots, because if your own individual pictures with any given animal look different, not only because of the animal but also the character, then the game starts to feel like a little more real, and I think it makes those trophy shots look a whole lot better. So we're going to go ahead and jump to deer because I love the deer trophy shots as well. the big task is going to be finding a buck that we want to fill our tag with. Now, just so happens here in scouting season, we've got a coyote out there, and there's another cool thing with this update that isn't related to trophy shots, but it is something that I really like, so probably let him get up on the flat there so we can make a decent shot with the rifle. That ought to do. That's going to spin him around and drop him, and by the way, coyotes are the only species in game right now, which of course there's only 3, turkeys, coyotes, and whitetails, that don't have any sort of trophy shot pose. They typically fall in a decent enough way to take a photo anyway, but the thing as far as this update is related to their weight. Now you'll only see it after the hunt, but now in your hunt summary, it shows you the weight of the coyotes that you shoot. So we'll go ahead and jump over here, just in the interest of showing you. If you press C by them, they don't move around. This one appears to be absolutely tiny, by the way. I think there's like true size with them now, and that's something hopefully we can kill another coyote or 2 today. Get a quick photo, go ahead and grab that. Grab that, there we go, still worth 50 XP, but I'm pretty sure, how in the world did that get there? Anyway, I'm pretty sure it'll be quite low weight. And you see here on the Hunt Message Center, coyote weighing 24.09849 pounds, and all those decimal there feels like a great thing for the community, like competitions that run in the official Discord. So if you're not in that, would recommend checking it out. There's literally a button right here on the menu when we get through. You can check it out. Really cool place, and they're running competitions for deer, turkeys. I imagine coyotes will be down the line too with the weight now. So we've been hunting this season pretty hard, but here in the early part of gun season, I think we might have just found a giant. He's got a huge drop time, super nice right side. I see stickers going everywhere. That's a really good buck, and in a thunderstorm, that wasn't what I was going to say, and we have the muzzleloader, so we don't have to get super close to make this shot. It's actually a not terrible buck back there, but compared to the one walking in behind him, not super impressive. Look at that drop time. It's got to be like, I don't know, 16, 18 inches, maybe more. I think I've managed to get him coming in here. It is still the rut, so hitting a couple of calls is useful, and I don't know if it's a thing now or if it's a thing that's coming to the game, but I think, let's say like we spook these does past the buck, that will now spook him. It didn't used to work that way, and again, I don't know if that's in the game yet, but I know it's coming, and just in case it is already, I want to be very careful about this approach, and if we can bring him to us, that should pretty much prevent any kind of problems there. So he just went broadside. That's out there about 100 yards away. That should be no problem. I think that broadside angle is going to be what we want. That's a really good looking buck. Try to get this right in the shoulder. Heard the impact. That is one of the best random rack bucks we've had since the new system. He's going over there, going to drop in the field, which should make for a really nice photo. And if I had another doe tag right now, that one running at us could be a really easy one to fill. But I've gone easy on doe tags because we used so much EXP buying all the turkey hunting equipment and stuff. So I've just been slowly building it back up. I'd like to get a couple more of the towers over there that we can place around our other maps, specifically that Texas food plot we have. But, oh, is that a chocolate rack as well? Oh, you couldn't even see it in the fog. That is a good looking buck. That drop time is amazing. Got like a little sticker there. Sticker off his G2. I thought I saw maybe one other one on this side of the rack. Yeah, there is another off his G2. Not bad. So, we'll go ahead and get into the trophy shot mode. Look at that. That is what I was super excited about. And like, oh, I need to be ready for the next lightning strike because I gotta get a screenshot of that. But, having the orange vest on, like sort of brown camo, that's my favorite look for the camo and stuff. The only thing I want is for the EXP, the win thing, the text at the top, and like maybe the watch and backpack. If there was a button to kind of toggle that off, because that would make for a really clean screenshot. But at least here, because we can't zoom in super close, it doesn't actually like cover up anything on the deer or anything like that. So we'll mess with some angles and I guess wait for lightning again. And go figure, we're not getting any more lightning, but I can grab a still from the recording of it. So I think that'll work. That is an awesome looking buck. And we can get a look like this too, as long as we don't get too far away. Like that just looks incredible. I noticed, though, in the, that must be on purpose, right? Like, the lighting is different, and it makes for a better screenshot, at least I think it is. Because definitely up close, it looks like far more in the shadows facing this way. Regardless, we gotta... There's the lightning, go figure. I knew that would happen. We gotta get that guy on the back of the four-wheeler and back to the meat pole so we can go and see what he scores. Now, real quick here, we're gonna go ahead and load this guy up. Are you serious? It's gonna lightning again right before we get to him. Gonna try... I think the best lighting would be something like that. Because you can get a pretty cool photo like this, too. And we need to make sure the deer's hoof is not going through our neck. By the way, it's just like the WASD keys to move your character around. It, initially, when this came out, you could, like, choose the pose, like standing, crouching. You can see on the right, I'm changing that, but it doesn't change here. It definitely looks better when you're standing. I assume that'll come back eventually, or maybe it's supposed to always be crouched. Either way, quick photo like that. Now we get to go see what he scores. I will say, he doesn't look as big on the back of the four-wheeler as he does, like, laying there, but I think it's mostly his frame shape. A lot of his frame is more in, like, height. And, you know, it extends, I guess, because of that enormous drop time. The width isn't that great, and also the side that was up, his left side is weaker. But, let's jump back. Find out what he scores. 211. Literally, that drop time made the difference. Now, there isn't, like, a specific breakdown of the, you know, the exact score, but I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to look at that and say that drop time is well over 11 inches. That's incredible. Is that our biggest with the new racks? It's the chocolate rack as well. We had one other 200, I believe, right when those came out. Oh, we have a 216. Very similar look, actually. This guy's got a couple extra tines. I think that's where his score comes from, because his left side's weaker as well. And that's the 204 that I was talking about. So it's our second biggest since the new rack system came out. And that drop time, like, it shows you what kind of potential these racks have just because a drop time like that can exist. Like, they could go so much further in terms of score just by having an insane one singular time like that. But we have one more buck tag, and I'm going to grab an extra doe tag just in case. And we can go and see if we can maybe even top that. Now, I mentioned coyotes, and the fact that they have weights now, I didn't predict that guy getting stuck in the hay bale blind. Can I shoot him through the door of that? Like, I imagine he'll still be able to flee out of it if I spook him, but if we just scoot over here. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope. I thought I called him out of there. He's still stuck. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I heard it hit him. This has the potential to make for one of the all-time greatest trophy shots. Is he dead in the blind then? I guess so, because I can't see him. By the way, I called that the door. Obviously, it's the window. Maybe it... Oh. I mean, you can see that. That kind of works. Maybe the first and only time we'll ever kill a coyote in the blind. But you can, even though he's stuck in the blind, you can see is way bigger than the one we killed on Texas. I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe 40 pounds or so. We will find out at the end of this hunt. Takes up the entire thing, though. Now, there's another one out there. I can't tell if he's laying down. I think it's in reasonable muzzleloader range, though. I don't even know. I think that's like his front shoulder. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Bonus XP, and we get to see, like, the differences with the weights. I mean, if we can hit that, maybe a third. I'm just getting as close as we can here. Oh, usually that doesn't work. I miss 80% of the running shots I take on deer, coyotes, whatever. I can never really get the lead just right, but if it's real close like that, a lot of times those shots work out. So, only for the sake of it, and even just being here, you can tell, like, this coyote's way smaller than this one. This is a much better weight coyote. I don't know if you can really... Yeah, you can kind of see that there's two there. I'm not going to get too crazy with a trophy shot of that. Maybe something like that at least shows them. And what I'm going to do is claim this one first, and we'll just remember... how did I get going the wrong way? We'll remember the third coyote was, like, the smaller one, and we'll see what the weights actually show. I mean, this is incredible. I've never had so many coyotes, maybe unless I'm hunting at night, but even at that, just 4 out here without even trying to get them. We'll go ahead. Drop that guy too. Gonna jump up over 1,000 XP. We talked about trying to bring that back up. This is certainly helping. And I would say, looking at it, another pretty darn nice coyote. Maybe not as big as like the first and sort of third ones we got. We shall see. Or I guess it was first and second in terms of how we claimed them. But let's grab that. And it would be cool to see, like, if really big coyotes, for instance, give you a higher XP reward. I still think 50 should be the base because they are great for building XP. But maybe 45 pounds, 50 pounds plus could give you like a little extra bonus. So for weights then, we had 38 pounds, 49 pounds, that was the big one laying there in the field with the 2, 28 was the really little one, and then 38 again for that last one. I really like seeing the weights. I'm not sure if that stuff shows up in the trophy lodge. None of these coyotes would anyway, because the non-colored face coyotes, there's just like the 3 of them that go right back there. But I'd be curious with like the color phase ones going forward, will there be a size difference? Hopefully there will. We may just have another here in late archery season. That's a good buck on trail cam. Nice wide set. I can't see much beyond that. Oh, it just turned. I can definitely see some tines in there. I don't know if he's huge. I don't know if he's 200 plus. But if for no other reason with the new trophy shots, I think that's one we want to get. Now, I've got a tower over there, and climbing into it with him in the food plot may not happen, so this might get interesting to try to actually take him out. Yeah, that is not a bad looking buck. Huge. I don't know if it's a huge drop tine or if he has like a big abnormal there around the brow tine, but the question is, how do we best get in position for a bow shot? Do we wait, like try to see if he walks out of the food plot and then set up for when he comes back? Do we try to maybe call him in? Late season, they don't normally respond to calls. I've got the decoy. There's maybe something we could do with that. I mean, that's a good-looking buck. He's actually walking out of the plot, which might just be the best-case scenario. I think he'll come back, especially if we can just get into this tower and get a decoy out. I'm going to wait on trying to get in the tower till he walks a little further away, because you have to jump to, like, climb the ladders, and that jumping aspect will spook the deer. But I think he's probably far enough away, maybe even now. 125, let's let him get to like 150, and then we'll hop up here, get a decoy out, and try to get him coming back. Looking like we're going to successfully get into the tower, which is huge. What you can do, although it's kind of silly, is literally throw the decoy out the window. And I think just having that decoy out, turn him right back around, or we got really lucky on timing. He's got points everywhere. He could score pretty good. By my count, he's got 15 points. Maybe I'm missing one, but I think I got them all. And we should be like completely concealed here in the tower. He's into 50. Either we'll let him come all the way to like 30, or if he stops, there he is on camera right there as well. That is pretty sweet. Okay, so he's into 40 at that. Just spinning back our way, which is going to help us out. That's 35, so let's go ahead and come to full draw here. Should be with the red pin. Maybe just lead him just a touch. Spinning back this way. Perfect. Oh, I don't want him going that way, though. Should be okay. As long as he crosses the bridge. I think we should be able to get like a nice photo right there. Is good and flat. That's a good-looking buck. We've really lucked out in terms of just the quality of deer we were able to get today. Let's jump down here and get a photo. And I guess on the bright side of him running this way, I didn't want him like lay on the side of this steep thing, is why I was afraid of him running that way, but it does save us a little bit of running, because we got to go straight back up this road to go and get our foiler. Man, if he outscored our last buck, I wouldn't be entirely shocked. The frame isn't quite as big and he doesn't have the giant sticker, but like that is a quality deer. No lightning or anything this time, so we can just kind of get our photos as we spin around, trying to mess with some different angles, just get the best look at the rack. And I think it might not work as good with it being snowy, but generally, try to get like the hunter's body all the way to the side of the rack so you can see the whole thing against the ground in the background. I think that does look pretty good, although if anything, it actually helps to highlight the rack because the ground is so, you know, bright white, and it's a bright white rack this time. 15 points, good looking deer. Why don't we get him on the 4-wheeler then? And we'll find out. I swear to, every buck looks smaller on the 4-wheeler. We've got ground shrinkage in real life and 4-wheeler shrinkage in the season, but good looking buck there. Like I said, tines everywhere is going to help. Only one way to find out the score. 205. We just killed two 200-inch bucks in the same season. One with a bow, one with a muzzleloader. I didn't know you got added XP for harvesting them from concealment, like the blinds and stuff. That's incredible. One chocolate rack, one kind of white rack. Unreal. 205 and 211. That huge drop tine helps this guy just all the additional tines push this one over the top, and he does have that big spear point, like off his left brow tine, and it's that same thing. He's a 188 or something without that one additional giant sticker, but two 200s, and I'm sure at some point I put in the video that the turkeys have been fixed, so I do want to jump to the next spring, just go shoot one more turkey with one shot and kill it this time, and we'll wrap up with a turkey trophy shot. That is super cool. I've never seen one roosted so out in the open before. I'm glad he gobbled there. Got a nice beard, decent spurs. Might be a little bit of a tiny branch to be on, but looks pretty sick. We should get a great view of him flying down. Oh. Unfortunately, he went back behind the trees, but flew down pretty early, only 612. And I've been tree calling to him a little bit. So hopefully he'll just spin around and come in. So he's coming right on in. We're going to go ahead and shoulder the shotgun so we're ready. Let him get good and close, and I'm completely confident that this is fixed, so much so I brought the pump shotgun, which doesn't allow you to get that quick follow-up shot. So we got him in here super close. Just going to go ahead and line this up. That's the way it's supposed to look. And with one final kill today, we'll get a quick photo of him. I'm curious how it works in the cornfield. We actually haven't killed one in the field just yet. I think it'll still look decent. That's interesting. It spins him. So it's that same thing. If we... Whoa. How did I do that? Did I break it? Okay, we're fine. As long as we back out, we're able to get like a decent picture. Corn kind of blocks stuff, but we can see that beard. I would call it one of the better beards we've had on a turkey. So probably something like that will work. Let's go ahead and grab him. We'll take a quick peek at the score and wrap up. Yeah, 11.35 on the beard does make it one of our best. Spurs were kind of lacking, weight was kind of lacking, so he's only 57. But I'm just super excited for where this game is headed. I think there's a button to go back to the deer mounts. Maybe it would have just been up from the turkey mounts, but either way, got ourselves a couple of nice gobblers, two 200-inch bucks. We've got trophy shots now in the game. I mentioned like the thing with eventual character customization. Just all these new updates dropping in short order. It's really cool to see this game evolve from where we started back in January even to now in just almost 5 months. It's been an absolute blast, and still, I mean, when those gobblers come in gobbling when a big buck like this steps out, it gets your heart racing. It's a whole lot of fun, and I do think with that is going to do it for this video. So as we scroll through the trophy lodge here, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.